to present this gift to Mr. Chen as an appreciation for him to come over here to share his experience from Finland.
Today, we will see actually the new model of the interview model to introduce this subject to you. And so I think we will see how the spin just
So it's different culture. So I learned during my walking last week, Friday, I come in here.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna explain or introduce myself, a little bit background of myself, why am I here and who am I. Actually, I am 32 years old. I think it's not very far from you. And I know it's afternoon, so a lot of people might feel sleepy. So I try to make this conversation or this learning more interesting. I would like to not only share about my learning experience, life experience in Finland, but also some fun things about Finland. Can I ask, has anyone been to Finland? No, really? So you might learn something today. Yes.
I try in 2 years. I got a priority. But you have all the same, okay? All of you can have the same.
Here in this classroom, we have students from many backgrounds, from many countries, and maybe even the same country, especially in India, it is such a big country, different every region also have different way of teaching and learning. So this is more like in Asia we teach and still listen and then that's the way how we do this one. It's a kind of classical teaching learning. Of course we change a lot. In Taiwan we are not that much like before. We use 30% classical way. You graduate here and you went there to learn again. As a student, how do you feel the differences between the lecture, Q&A?
Okay. That's a good question. I'm gonna give a more background information first. And I went to Finland when I was 16 or 17 after I finished my first year of high school in Taiwan. And I started to feel like this kind of education system or this kind of life or education method, I didn't like it. And I didn't know what am I gonna do or in the future. So I started to think that maybe I should take a break to see in different kind of country what kind of education system or practice they have. And at that time, Finland was very, or even now is very famous, or their educational system or their value is quite, is the world class, the best practice of the world. So not only Asian country, but also a lot of European country or even USA, they send a lot of scholars there.
So I assume, you are coming from Taiwan, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Taiwan.
So, in terms of the change in language, how did you deal with having to adapt to a language very quickly, especially at such a young age?
I think it's learned from our daily life because in Finland actually they speak Finnish. Does anyone know Finnish? Does anyone know Finnish, this kind of language? I didn't know either. So actually in the class, they all speak Finnish. 80% about the content of teacher they speak, but of course not now because it's already 15 years ago. But I think the point is that I was quite open-minded to different kind of change, even though it's a big impact or shock for me, or even though the language is so difficult. If you search from Google now, Finnish is one of the difficult language than Chinese. I think a lot of people learn Chinese here, but I think Finnish grammar is much more difficult than Chinese. So I think one of the things I do is that I keep the positive attitude toward any kind of challenge and changes, and try to find the resources to adapt it. That's the only thing I can do. Also for climate as well. You know, in Taiwan it's always like 20, 30 degrees, even though in winter time, right? But in Finland it's like minus 30 in the winter. About 50 kilometers of north Helsinki, the capital of Finland. Yeah, so it's a very small town and a lot of culture shock, climate, food, language, and different lifestyle I have to overcome. So one important thing, just keep open-minded. And I noticed that there are a lot of international students here. So I think you know what I'm talking about now. You have to overcome a lot of things coming here. So my only one advice is to keep things positive. Yes. More about Finland. Finland has only like 5 million population, and but it's a very big country, so they always consider themselves as a small country. But for us, the land is so it's like 7 times than Taiwan.
When you were in Finland, have you ever seen the aurora before?
One whole year, but the town I stayed there was southern part of Finland, so I didn't have chance. Even though I visit northern part, even though I've been there 1 year, I haven't seen aurora line in my life. It's a pity. Thank you for the question.
To Taiwan, because I think Taiwan people are very kind and very friendly. But maybe I don't know, you can tell us more about the degree of friendship in Finland, on why this is still calling the happiest place in the world, or maybe not according to your point of view.
Okay. That's a very good question, because a lot of people curious about this topic. When I was there like 15 years ago, I also asked this question to my Finnish family and Finnish friend. They were like, what? Because they didn't even know this kind of research. We have this kind of worldwide research of the happiest country in the world. Because for my perspective and observation, I think that they are happier than most of Asian people. That's true, but I'm not sure it's the happiest people in the world, because their environment is not, for example, climate or industry is not so rich in Asian country, or climate is not so.
How about your life and your parents, why they can make a decision?
That's a deep question. It's a tough situation. Like most of the Asian kids face, right? So for like open-minded parents, that's I think it's a blessing. But if you don't have this kind of parents, I think you have to find your goal first, and you have to find that goal is persuasive enough to let your parents know, no matter what your parents care the most about.
Make some difference that time, but it's very difficult to change how parents and how students think, because children will be like, oh, just give me the answer. I want to go to the college. I want to just get some good grade, and it's not the fault of them, because the parents, the society, and the teachers want them to do like in a certain way. So they won't think about what they want to do. And if you taught them, you can explore yourself. You can go see the world to take a gap year, but the good job, and the good job is equal to the good salary. So it's a very, it's just the reality in Taiwan. Yeah.
My dear friend, please give the chance to meet the education prime minister. Okay, you like the set menu, or you can make a choice yourself? Let me know. I want to hear. Set menu, or no set menu, right? Okay, you have a question. Yes, please. Where you come from?
I'm from St. Lucia, which is in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to know what is the difference between the Finnish education and Taiwanese education. Like in Taiwan, I realized they focus more on knowledge rather than understanding and showing that the students understand. So what is the main focus in Finland?
Elementary or junior high school. We play the song or that we don't even sing in our daily life. But in Finland, they started a band in their music class in high school or even in elementary school. So every Finnish kids can play at least one or two instruments. That's very rare in Taiwan. When I was in high school, I can't play anything. But in Finland, I found out everyone can play at least one, two, or two. That's a very surprise for me. And another example is that in a PE class, physical class, in Taiwan we also like play basketball or just run the court, do some normal exercise, just move your body. The concept is like that. But in Finland, they bring all the students to a lake to learn how to swim in the lake. You may thought that you can swim in a swimming pool. Why would you bring all the class far away to a lake? The concept is that Finland has over 100,000 lakes. So almost every corner or every kilometer you can see a lake there. So it might be dangerous for kids. So they combine this kind of surviving skills to their education system.
That you can tell the difference between locals that has been outside of the country in terms of living and the ones that normally stay like that had a full, well, basically living in Taiwan. And one of the things is that you would find that he has he realized that the way in which he approached certain situations are different to how he once thought when he only lived in Taiwan. Or, yeah, do you understand my question? Okay, sorry. In comparison to before you left.
Oh, okay. Before and after this Finnish experience, my mindset, how it changed, right? Okay. Before I went to Finland, I'm more like a go with the flow type. You know, in Taiwanese, I don't know how to say the friend. That is a friend. We have to do the same things with others.
Next time, you can tell to your teacher, I'd like to do something different. Please, give me a chance. Okay, I like to talk. I like to share my experience on this topic. This is what you wish or not. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes or no? Yeah, let's go for that. Okay? Yeah. I think it's about time. You have to make any, Eric? Yeah? Okay. You first.
Okay, first of all, thank you for everyone coming here this afternoon. I hope my Finland experience, although it's kind of short, I think, but I think you have some basic knowledge about Finnish education, and as from a Taiwanese perspective, to learn more about their value, their lifestyle and their career choice, how they make their choice. And I think the main goal is to contribute back to your country. So I think my experience is like that. I didn't stay in Finland because I would try to learn from Finnish perspective or their system and try to share with all the Taiwanese people. So after coming back from Finland when I was 17 years old, I keep sharing this kind of experience in different college, university to the young generation. Although we can't change the system, we can change it for a short time. But we can change our mindset, our ways of doing things, our ways of finding our interests, finding our careers. So although today it was kind of basic concept of what Finnish people think, how they think about their life. So important thing I learned from Finnish people. Because before going to Finland, I was so stressed. I was so stressed to get a good grade, try to pass the exam and try to make it to the good college, make it to the good university. But after that, I start to think for myself, what's the things I would like to do in the future. I start to think about that. So I think that's my advice to you all, and good luck. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Henry. Yeah, I think
I think so many of us here, I mean especially the foreigners, they are in their own Finland now, right?
Yeah, in Finland now.
Yeah, in Finland now, right? Yeah. So, but try to use his concept when you are in Finland, different Finland. I think that's my own suggestion. I did the same. It looks like it's a very good book, but I'm sure some of you, especially maybe this group, maybe some local students can study and share their conclusions to the international students, I guess, right? Yeah. So maybe I will give the local student here. Let me find who want this book. I know some of places. I want number one. Yeah. Okay, who want this book?
Finnish young people, so you can find more the whole concept. Yeah.
Okay, we like to take picture all together, okay?